Hey, well, good evening and welcome from the city of Blaine, home of the Super Rink. And tonight it's a chance here for Joe Rulin, a chance to join along with Jimmy Thurman as we begin some coverage over the course of this kind of moving day, kind of like golf, the moving day in the terms of conference play. And the first matchup we're going to get here, Jimmy, it's going to be Jamestown taking on Wisconsin. And what can you tell us about those two teams?
Well, I got to tell you, Jamestown, I've heard, has been an explosive team. You know, both these teams are very, very talented. Obviously, Wisconsin being, obviously in the top three here, conference play all the time. They're both, kind of actually the same kind of caliber team. So this is going to be an exciting game to do today, Joe.
It is, in fact, as you mentioned, it is Jamestown, a mark of 18-4-2. In their last 10 games, they are 8-2. And for Wisconsin, 17-3-1-2. And in their past 10 games, 7-1, 1-1. The most recent games for this Jamestown squad was a 6-2 win over Lake Region State College. That happened on the 29th of January. And for Wisconsin, they took a 2-3 loss to a tough University of Iowa squad.
Yes.
And they're trying to start stacking some more wins again and begin a win streak.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Joe, that Iowa team always comes to play at the end of the season. They're kind of that sleeper team, kind of like, I guess at this time of year, everybody's a sleeper team. They come to play. It's playoff time. It's all or nothing.
Well, the one thing we do know for sure as we get the starting lineups, and they'll drop the puck here momentarily, is who's between the pipes, and that's your area of expertise, Jimmy. A former goalie yourself, and getting it going here for Jamestown is going to be number 32, Gallum.
Yes, Gallum, he's a solid goaltender. As all goaltenders are all kind of that frequent V-drop, drop pad kind of goalies these days.
Yeah.
I think every shot they're on their knees doing whatever and directing, very skilled goaltenders. This is a very important time of the year for, you always run into that team that has that hot goalie. As I was just down talking to Wisconsin coaches, and they're like, "Hey, Jimmy, how's it going?" I'm like, "Good." They go, "Well, what goalie is going to be hot this weekend?" I was like, "Well, hopefully ours."
You're right, though. So right. When it comes postseason time, a lot of things hinge through the goaltender, and Rolo Gallum is one of those who will be between the pipes for Jamestown. Comes into the mark of 8-2-1 and a goals against of 2.78 and a save percentage of just north of 900.
Man, it's just, it's crazy when you think of these stats. You got nines and, 2s. And, I mean, for the caliber of hockey that's being played here in this Division 2, it's amazing. Every goalie's a good goalie, and it's just that's why I say, being a goalie myself, it seems like everybody, even like in college to NHL, everybody tunes it up just a little bit more come playoff time because it's all or nothing. It's I woke up all our captains today, and I made a couple of them cry because it's their senior year. So, it's going to be fun. It's a sad, fun kind of a weekend, but hey, this is what hockey's all about. It's getting that cup, and it's winning that division. So
it is. And so they'll run through here. They'll play a sequence of games also, but as a result of this weekend, explain again what transpires as they come away of who gets ranked in the top, rankings across in that region.
The winner here gets an automatic berth into regions, and then it goes to the top 3 qualifying teams. So it'll be interesting. A lot's going to be said here the next 2 days. So I'm really looking forward to see how this is going to fold into place. Every year is always interesting, Joe. So. I was actually looking at some stats here today for Jamestown. They have 1, 2, 3. They have Ashton Collins, Easton Romsdale, Brooks Rolston, Tyler Ralph, Matthew Poole, Leonardo Collinmeyer, all in the top 300 players in the country here, for Division 2. And Wisconsin actually has Justin Schneider, Carson Gunnarsson, and Shane Metler. This is impressive. I mean, we have, 10 top 300 players playing in front of us, Joe. Yeah,
and Metler comes in with 35 points, 19 goals, 16 assists. Gunderson, 13 goals, 19 assists, and of course, Kalhammer, 14 goals, 18 assists.
Yeah, and like you're saying, Carson Gunnarsson, he's 183rd player in the country, and Shane Mettler, he's 132nd, and Justin's 281. Amazing. Pretty cool.
That is, as we get the introductions now for the starters, apparently.
Brother Gallon here.
Boy, not sure if you can hear that or not, but Schneider on the right wing. Potretz will center that line. And Cal Layden on the left wing. Kinson. And meanwhile, it is Baker who comes in with a record of 9-2 with a stingy goals against of 3.06. And starting it off in between the pipes conversation, it's got to have a lot of talk, I'm guessing,
yes.
As a goalie.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is, every game that starts here, you get kind of goosebumps because, as I was saying here earlier, you can throw the stats aside, you can do whatever you want to do. This is playoff hockey. These boys know what's at stake. They know what's going to happen here this weekend. So expect every period to be a rock solid 100% effort for these boys.
Ready to drop, moving left to right. It will be Wisconsin in the white uniforms and the red trim. And with the black uniforms, yellow numbers or orange numbers and trim, that will be Jamestown. And picking it up low spot here. An errant pass, but now working it likely back out. A chance to cross. Lofting it up a high saucer pass that time. Connects all the way down low. And Wisconsin trying to bring it up, but some good forechecking early here for Jamestown. And Jamestown comes in with a mark of 18-4-2. And for Wisconsin, 17-3-1. And thanks for joining us on this Friday night ice. Coming your way here from the Super Rink. Dropping it deep, allowing the team to make some wholesale changes on the fly for Wisconsin. Back at center ice now, sweeping a backhand across the way and giving chase. That'll be Jamestown. Opening minutes, Joe Rulin along with Jimmy Thurman. Tried to center, deflected off the skate of the defense. Now working it back out again on this backhand. Cross center ice to drop. That converges that time
Good check there.
You do. You get a chance to see that's Tanner McCracken for 27. And then trying to disrupt the pass, unable to do so on the breakout. Wisconsin skating in. Has a good look across the seams here. Puts the shot. Nice block up front. You see that is such a successful...
You're going to see a lot that weekend. You know, it's going to be sacrifice your body. Get in front of that puck. Help your goalie out as much as you can.
Between the legs. And now trying to set it up. He'll cross the way. Sets it up at the half wall. Trying to hit a teammate here on a one-timer. Sent back behind the net, still trying to kind of get the flow of the game here for both of these squads.
Yeah, it's my first time watching Jamestown here. I'm kind of excited to see what they're all about. I've heard all about them. They're a quick team, physical team, just like Wisconsin here. So this is going to be a true battle.
Down below, trying to settle the puck, but Wisconsin quickly ushers it out of their end. Looking at Jamestown, firing it up. Ramsell their time, fires it in deep, allows his teammates to try to do some puck hunting. Trying to settle the puck at center ice, bringing it right back in. Once again, Jamestown.
Well, Aiden Fisher back there, great defenseman for Wisconsin. Great puck controller.
Holding the point. And holding that zone there again, Jamestown trying to get some forechecking in play and get possession of the puck.
Yeah, you're going to see number 11, Aiden Fisher. He's going to be all over this defensive unit here. Very well talented player that he is.
Well, consistently holding the zone now for that third consecutive time. Just below us was Ramsdale. It's sent back deep. Jamestown will pick it up. Clear out. They've got some skating room, but an errant pass just too far for the teammate there for Jamestown. They dump it right back, and Ramsdale is there. He'll absorb and check.
Oh, Gaden Anderson throwing his weight around here. I think this is his first shift, so he's going to come out and show his presence here this evening.
Forcing him back behind. You can see
Wisconsin. Looks like I get a trip here.
Looks like an early penalty.
Yeah, it looks like Owen McDonough's going to get a tripping call here. He came into the zone here looking for the puck, but he got a skate instead.
Well, that'll give
I think I got that right.
an opportunity for Jamestown. They come in on the power play. They'll get their first run as first man advantage here this afternoon. And Jamestown comes in the power play at 25%, 21 of 84 on the PK. Wisconsin comes in at 83% proficiency on the PK. Poole has it near side. They'll set it up quickly. Shot from below the dot, deflected nicely over the top.
Great job there by Vincent Lucio. As I said earlier, these defensemen, every player is going to get in front of this puck. They're going to do their best to protect their goalie.
Face off again to win for Jamestown. Poole sends it across. Poole on the season, 21 points, 11 goals. Oh, a chance there. Leading goal scorer on the power play. It's a tie. Yeah.
That's a long pass to actually throw that one-timer on, Joe. That takes a lot of practice to get that down.
Leonardo Callhammer has 4 power play goals, tied for the lead with Ramsdale. For Jamestown, Arista here hits traffic in front. Another follow-up. They are peppering early here on this man advantage.
Oh, Gallum getting tested here right away. We got something going on here. Maybe the net's
They're going to reset that net perhaps. About a minute left on the man advantage.
Joe, I'll tell you, been last 4 years now, every Carla Berg tournament, I don't know what it is that these nets, they're always a problem. I'll tell you, I don't know if it's done on purpose or what.
Is there newer technology perhaps?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, being a goalie, remember back in my day, they had those big pegs with the spike on the bottom of them. They just, drop it and let her cook. But now you got, it was a different game back then. Now these guys are down on their knees so much flying into these pipes. Well, Hill coming into the zone, trying to get set up.
Yeah, he's got some juice, untouched, really unchallenged as he sets it up nicely.
Right.
Moves in. Hill, toe drag, whistles it over the top.
Oh, what a play right there by Wisconsin. Who was that, 27?
Yeah, Brash came back.
Yeah, what a play.
Yeah, that was going to be a certain goal if he did not come back and disrupt that shot attempt after the initial shot, which sailed over the top.
Justin Schneider down here for the forecheck for the Wisconsin. What a great job he did.
Yeah, just 10 seconds left on the power play here for Jamestown. Working it deep again, so holding.
Oh, Romsdale
losing an
edge. Tire there.
Yep, back at full strength now, Wisconsin. Successful penalty kill.
Great kill by Scotty here. You know, they think they got a few shots off here. You know, Gallum got tested right away.
Circling back, holding the zone. Now a Whistler comes through on the...
Oh, we might have a breakaway.
Trying to find it. It's like a wide receiver in baseball, in basketball, football, rather, trying to look over one shoulder or the other. And it went right over the top of his melon. Ended up on goal, and that's where we're at 14:03 rather. As
I was just saying that was quick. That was quick minutes right there.
And I see that they removed one of the clocks down on the other end, and this is the sole one here. So 14:03. That was going to be a quick first period. Pass does not connect as a result. They get the whistle for the ice. Goals for this year is Jamestown has 138 goals scored. Meanwhile, for Wisconsin, 122. Goals against, Jamestown has surrendered 82 on the season, and Wisconsin, very tight defense, just 59 goals allowed.
Yeah, you know, talking earlier, you know, they got, 6 guys in the top 300. You know, that's just very impressive. I think that Ashton Collins, what has he got, 28 points on the year. Look at him to kind of ignite his team here.
Wisconsin moves it near side of the ice. Trying to matriculate to Potratz that time and whistled for the stoppage.
Yeah, Shane Metler here, he kind of like got intertwined between Carlos here, and they locked legs, and just I think the bigger man won there.
Top goal scorer of the season thus far for Jamestown is Callhammer. And meanwhile, for Wisconsin, they are led by a couple of players, both with 19, Schneider and Metler. Back to pick up the puck. Wisconsin tries to break, holding the zone, skating in, trying to work through a triad that time of Badger players, and then losing it at center ice as Moak sends it deep and it absorbs a check. Wisconsin with some time to set it up.
Yeah, it looks like Jamestown's led in Wisconsin just kind of break out. Here we go, number 9. Oh, he shoots it wide there.
A snipe that time, just wide of the mark.
Harrison Burmeister had the whole wide open goal right there. Just a hair wide.
Some good pressure. It's cleared back out through the neutral zone. Wisconsin now move it up, a tip in. Not deep enough, not as deep as they wanted. Jamestown now disrupted. A chance coming in. The puck locked him up, and then another follow-up opportunity. And Wisconsin cannot benefit. Boy, that was a tremendous opportunity.
Easton Lambert, he intercepted that coming in on, 2-on-1. It looked like just lost control of the puck. Big hit down here from Jamestown. Boy, just quick transition hockey here.
Yeah, McDonough shook that off and got right back up on his skates. He took a big-time hit. Far point sends it near point. Schneider unleashes one here. Deflects up top. We're in the back.
Boy, I give these players credit, man, jumping in front of these pucks with today's technology, with the pads. I let that be my goaltender's job.
Yeah. Oh! Scherfling there now, back deep again. And I heard the discussion with it about the pads and about a little bit more increase on those wrist injuries in the NHL or collegiate level, but the gloves have certainly come back short. Chance
moving here. We got some action.
Looks at it and settles it.
Gallant comes up huge on the save.
Beautiful save, point-blank opportunity. So both teams with some tremendous opportunities here early in this first period.
Yeah, Cooper Milkowski comes in and just gets robbed by Gallum.
Oh, my God, Jimmy, I thought he had that buried. Into the corner, now a chance for Wisconsin to try to set something up. Settling the puck, point-blank opportunity, tries to sweep a backhand out in front to a teammate. Does Wisconsin, but then back again behind the net as they will give chase.
Oh, Shane Mutzler here, he's dazzling in the puck here. It's unbelievable. They just let him do whatever. Oh, there's a one-timer out front.
He had a good look. This time they try to sweep it across the crease. That's controlled by Wisconsin. They are really moving the puck. It almost looks like a man advantage. A wrister from just inside the blue line comes off the board and covering up before it can get back out in front of the goal, and covering it up was Baker.
Well, I tell you, this second line here for Wisconsin's kind of doing what they want to do here with Metzler, Carson Gunnarsson, and Reed. You know, look at this probably line playing a little bit more in this game. They're kind of getting to do what they want to do, and Jamestown's in here.
Just underway here, first period, or almost just underway, if you want to call halfway through. Just that. Picking at it, lifting it through the neutral zone. Here's a chance. Coming back, good pass, tape to tape, and somebody called 911. They were robbed. A beautiful glove save.
Boy, I'll tell you who was at 7 here for Jamestown.
Tyler Ralph with a good look. That was an excellent pass.
You know, Joe, we talked earlier at the beginning, the hot goalie. Guess what? I think Gallum's the hot goalie here today.
Gallum swept that up with the old windmill save after the glove secured the puck.
Goalies hold that puck up in the air in front of them hockey players' faces. You know, I love that.
Behind the collision. A couple of players. Jamestown now will try to move it up ice. Just beyond the midway mark of this first period, Hill across the logo will carry in. A little bit overzealous off the boards, could not collect the puck, but another teammate there, gets by, gets underneath the stick, and 2-on-1 numbers for Wisconsin. Moving in, trying to set the pass. Nice play defensively to lay down.
Great job right there.
Oh, it was Cole Layden who had the puck and tried to send a pass across. Layden stays in front, but now a wrister hits the skate, and you can tell that the Jamestown player trying to shake it off. A nice clean glove save with no rebound.
Yeah.
Secured there by Baker for Jamestown.
Tell you, though, Justin Schneider here for Wisconsin had a one-on-one with the goalie, and again, going for that glove side. You know, I keep telling my players all the time, don't shoot at a goalie's glove. That's why he's right-handed, left-handed. Shoot at that blocker.
Oh, yes. No, that it is. Or try to, hey, just get it over that stick side shoulder.
Right. But I tell you, both teams look like they're getting a little more feel of each other here. Nice big screen.
Off the face-off, quick shot comes from that near point.
And Spencer Broad, Harrison Burmeister, and Maximus went out here for Wisconsin.
Wojnowski with that last shot for Wisconsin.
Here we go.
Baker secures it, unable to hold the zone. Look here, just across center ice, dumped in. This be stopped by Baker behind the net. Jamestown quickly tries to move in, but Wisconsin really trying to apply some pressure to keep Jamestown in their own end. By moving in, a quick blister this time of a shot. Turned away. Another look here, blocked in front. Rolston is tied up in front, tried to see if he could deflect. Now he goes to the corner. There's Rolston and sends it to the far point. Little tip. I couldn't tell if that got to the goalie or not, or was deflected before it arrived there. Wisconsin
a little gassed on that shift right there. A lot of pressure coming from Jamestown.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, Maximus just said, we're going to dump this one.
Cannot connect. We'll get the whistle for the ice.
There's number 13 I was looking for him. There he is.
They thought maybe it was touched, so they'll settle it up and drop the puck at center ice. I think eventually, instead of back in the offensive end for Wisconsin.
13-6.
We try to ferret out some of the numbers and names that we have. And
sorry, Jamestown, we don't have number 13 nor do we have number 6 here, so we'll just call them 13-6 tonight, Joe.
So we'll get that settled between periods as well. Cleared up for you. Behind the net, Jamestown looks to move it out. And jump right back in promptly here. This time the faceoff will come back into Wisconsin, end of the ice to keep Robo Gallum.
Yeah, this I'm very impressed with this number 11, Aiden Fisher for Wisconsin. I believe he reminds me a lot of Faber.
Mm-hmm.
The way he skates, he kind of got that swag. He's a very confident kid. There's 13 with a shot.
Works back behind, being hounded and shadowed by Jamestown there, but no one home to at least hold the zone, forced back. Wisconsin trying to see if they can knock it loose and get themselves an easy turnover. That was Braden Anderson applying some of the pressure. A break in. Christer.
Oh! There we got one!
A snipe from just inside the top of the face-off circle. Wow.
Tanner McCracken here. What a goal by Tanner here. I didn't see who had the assist on that, but I'll tell you what, and I was talking about this earlier, don't shoot at the goalie's glove hand, and guess where he went, Joe? Right on that blocker.
Gloves. Oh, man, look at that. It was a great shot. Some good juice.
Striking first is Jamestown here. A great play, great outlet pass to Tanner. Tanner comes in and has a nice low shot on the blocker on Gallum there, and what a beautiful shot.
Jamestown strikes first. A 1-0 lead, that goal with 7.5 left in this first period. That was a heck of a snipe. Yep, McCracken there picks up his 7th goal of the season. An even strength goal for McCracken.
Are they going unassisted there, Joe? Sounds like it. Well, let's see a little momentum swing here as well. It's always amazing to watch what a goal does to a team.
Assisted by number 22 and number 12.
All right.
Shot across the way, now in front to the slot. It deflects to the near board, then back through. Chipped at it. Ralph takes a swing at it. Moak now comes in to apply some pressure, but Wisconsin eases the pressure by sending it through the neutral zone. Setting it up. Oh, they almost put a pass right onto the stick of the Badgers player. Ready to take that deep. He regains control of the puck now, and that's Potratz. Missing the chance numbers, but getting back defensively. Wisconsin now evens it up. Stopping, taking the shot of wrister. That one's deflected by the skate.
We've got to give Wisconsin credit, man. They're jumping in front of everything they can.
Back again now. They try to work their way up ice, but I'll tell you, Jamestown really pressuring them. They take a swat. Wisconsin at it just across red line, and now circled into the corner. Now takes possession, moving it up, a backhander sweep shot, save, smothered that time. And a beautiful save.
Baker, nice.
Coming in on the backhand, working overtime in that corner was Wisconsin, and that shot was a point-blank opportunity.
Going on that goal here, Joe, for Jamestown here, we had number 27, Tanner McCracken, assist by Poole and Romsdale. Number 22, Poole, and number 12, Romsdale. If I'm not mistaken, I think I mentioned those guys' names. Romsdale had 28 points on the season. He's 236th player in the country. Oh,
nice shot.
Big old rebound.
Kick rebound. Oh, he surrendered a big-time, juicy rebound. Did the Wisconsin goalie in Gallum, but Jamestown could not take advantage. Yeah, you did right at the beginning.
Yeah.
And
trying to get some
it's his
names here.
7th goal of the season for him. In number 27, McCracken. Five and change left first period. Swinging it up through the neutral zone. Jamestown gathers it, drops it back defensively on the trail, and that pass kind of hit a dead part of the boards that time. I was waiting for that to whisk past and bring an icing whistle. It did not happen. Under 5 to play, trying to bring it up hard off the stick, could not control the pass. Wisconsin.
Here comes Ghani here.
Moving it in, shot side of the goal there.
Well, I tell you, Wisconsin getting a lot of opportunities, but you know what? These defenses are just doing a great job.
Yep, they're absorbing a lot of shots. I know you're a fan of that as a goalie. And they're doing an impressive job. And now Wisconsin dumps it to the far corner. We're going to try to make a couple of changes on the fly during that interchange. Now here comes the chance. Jamestown skates in, some juice here. A couple of Wisconsin players line them up for the check. And they come away. There's the Badgers with the puck. A carry-in, stopping, backhand. Kicks it around the corner, pinching in. A nice job coming off on a line change. And almost had a good clean look, but the puck snuck under his stick. Now giving chase again. McCracken in the corner for Jamestown.
Well, Joe, I tell you, Jamestown has really turned the pressure up here. You can tell their momentum. They're getting hungry. Wide open in front here.
Shot here, looking for the puck. Where did they
go? Block. Man, I don't know.
Gallon was looking for the puck.
Trying to see what that is. 11 for Wisconsin. Aiden Fisher took one right in the belly here, boy. He's hurting, Joe. He's still giving it all, though. You got to give this kid credit. Right to the bench he's going.
Anderson skates it up. Sends it deep, tries to catch up with that puck at about the half wall. It's off of his stick. Good job to hold the zone. Going to have a look here. A wrister, a rising wrister over the top of the net. This one's deflected, trying to clear, but holding the zone. Good keep that time by the Badgers. A big-time one-timer blast. And a pad save kicked.
Baker with a beautiful save out front on Reed. No, Newick.
Newkirk that time with a good look.
Newkirk, thank you. Yeah, I'm my sloppy right now, I'll tell you.
That's all right. Reed Newkirk. So you got it half.
I think we got brothers on this. I think we got Reed and Trevor. I think
you're right. We'll head it up again here. Center, a drop. Oh, my. That pass, that could have evolved into a great goal opportunity. It was just a little bit delayed getting allowed the defense to get in there. It goes up, a good footwork. Good pads back, reciprocating the pressure. Now Jamestown trying to up the ante and extend their lead from 1-0 to 2-0. Trying to sneak by. Good job trying to hit it. Now loose puck comes up. Looks down, top of the slot here, and they're low in the slot. Top of the crease. Whistle over top of the net. 2 minutes left here in this opening period. We have not lacked activity here. It's Jamestown with an early 1-0 lead on the snipe by McCracken.
Action-packed here, Joe. This is what hockey's all about. It's all or nothing, man. This is exciting hockey.
Playoff hockey is upon us. While the NHL has taken a 22-day break for the Olympics,
we'll take college hockey instead.
It is. Dialing it up here. A great entertaining weekend for you. We'll be streaming each and every one of those games. Now trying to get by the defense, and the defense does a great job of stepping in.
Yeah, great job there by Von Romsdal, man. He just big, strong kid. Figured out Wisconsin here.
Yeah, Layden was trying to work around him. Now Layden tries to get possession of the puck along the board. Cannot. They send it off the board there and back to neutral ice with just under a minute to play in period number 1. Jamestown with a 1-0 lead.
Boy, Wisconsin just putting the pressure on here.
They have taken it up a level, haven't they?
Yeah, but I was looking at that Baker, for Jamestown here. He was definitely wanting to get a whistle. He needed a change here for his team. Wisconsin was just for the last probably 40 seconds here, just putting on the pressure. They want to try to tie this thing up going into that first intermission, Joe.
Yeah, and the Badgers were getting a lot more physical on those forechecks. And they're getting some additional opportunities, so I think they probably see the formula for that second period. But still, we have 45 seconds left here in the first. Whistled from the near point, misses the net, charging in to pinch and send it to the corner. They're Wisconsin. He's unloaded.
Brooks, Ronson.
There we go! Picking it out front.
Just as I was saying, Joe, they wanted to tie this thing up, and they had the action going on here. What do we got here? Number 27, Spencer Broch here. Great job by Wisconsin here to tie this thing up going into that intermission.
Found the 5-hole, slid that between the pads, it appeared from this angle. And we're tied at 1-1. Boy, that's a shot in the gut if you're Jamestown and you have that lead and you're feeling like, hey, we've got this. Take the 1-0 lead to intermission. And then for Wisconsin, that's some juice.
Number 27,
Spencer Brosh picks it up. 10th goal of the season for Spencer. Back at now 3 seconds. Moving in. Wisconsin tried to replicate another goal here before time expires.
Yeah, try to get a recap on that goal here for Joe before the end of the period here. 27 Spencer, I think it's Broch. Is it Broch? At number 5, Maximus Went. Well, I tell you, did I call that or what, Joe? Like, you knew it. Wisconsin was putting under pressure the whole period. Wisconsin had so many opportunities out in front of the net. Great job by Jamestown's defense here, but to tell you what, Wisconsin found that way, and they were driving that whole last probably few minutes of that period. They wanted to tie this thing up. Great job by Wisconsin. This is action-packed. Love that period right there, Joe. Kind of like they got a feel for one another, and then it's just been action-packed back and forth. You got to love that period for college hockey here.
Hey, good juice and good momentum here, and we might just step for just a few minutes as I want to get some clarity on some players' names and numbers from some of the fans. But stay with us because we'll be back in just a few minutes. We like to also kind of surprise you with some random interviews along the way as well. It's a 1-1 tie. Joe ruling along with Jimmy Thurman. Jimmy, one of the assistant coaches for the Minnesota Gophers, manages and oversees the goaltending. He is the key color guy and the entertainer along with it. Great to have you with us, Jimmy.
Oh,
and
thanks, Joe.
it's a great first period. A great way to start this weekend off and some great action. So don't go too far away because we're going to be back in your ear and we're going to get back on a second period here. 1-1 tie here after one complete. I just want to get clarity on. Wisconsin, I think we're okay. Yeah, Wisconsin we're good. It's these two, the 6 of them, I think right there, and 28. I could run down and check too real quick. Number 6. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you're hearing audio or not, because mine keeps cracking. I don't have it that loud. Testing, I'm going to test it here. Testing 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Okay.
That was sounding better. Sometimes when the cords are twisting, you can unwrap it, and that time clears it up. So I think they may have that time. So, is there any replay? Or they're gonna have any replay? All right, that was quick. So it is brash.
What's that?
It is brash.
Brash?
Yep. Wanted to make sure, and then this one is coach rats. I got a confirmation. Those below us.
So it's 6. It's right here. So Leonardo Hallhammer.
Hallhammer?
Yeah, so it's
Oh God.
Leonardo.
And I got my headset.
13, Ashton Collins. 26 is Max Stenjum. And 22 is Matthew Poole. 4 is Cooper Maskowski. Is there number 4, Maskowski? Yeah, 4. Oh, that was right here. What am I thinking? Cooper. And number 28, James Gudano. Gudino. Perfect. We're good. Nice job. Hey, we didn't have to do too bad for shorthand this one, huh?
I always try to get some sort of cadence going. So it helps sometimes when you're covering the
Yeah.
that allows me to kind of go ahead and grab that.
LJ.
was a pretty tight back-and-forth game, a lot of scoring opportunities, but you also saw some great goaltending, Jimmy, in that first period as well.
Yeah, I'll tell you, kind of going back and forth, beginning of this period, the first intermission, or first period, I should say, with both goaltenders, call them getting tested right away. Jamestown, this relentless pressure. Wisconsin doing the same, and Jamestown's just they're a tough defensive squad. As I told you, I haven't really had a really good opportunity to watch this team yet this year. Very impressed with their defense. Baker in their goal. He's hot too. I was really impressed with Wisconsin there the last couple minutes. They were really relentless on wanting to get the period tied up, and they were doing everything they can. And got to give Jamestown credit, man. They had everybody blocking shots, doing what they can, but Wisconsin was just determined. You saw that coming. I think I threw a couple comments in there about how they were putting that pressure on, and what an end of a period to come into the second, Joe.
Yeah, and they stormed it. It was Spencer Blash who picked up the goal, his 10th of the season, that tied it up just moments before the end of that first period, but getting it started. On the other side for Jamestown, which came out with some smoke, was Tanner McCracken, and McCracken picked up goal number 7 for him on the season. We're set here, and you look again, hey, as these teams are looking, Jamestown comes in the rankings currently number 4.
Yeah.
And Wisconsin right behind them at 5.
And you can tell, look at these two teams, they're pretty even matched. When you look at these rankings, when you watch them play too, obviously, they should be side by side. They're a very comparable team.
I was looking forward to seeing Jamestown because when the Gophers took on Crookston was one of the top teams, and they were ahead in that division. But both of them pretty toe-to-toe, good competitive teams. Back underway. Wisconsin here, period number 2. They will be moving right to left and see if they can continue their way. They start some good possession hockey here to start, turning up front. A good low shot, rebound, backhander, no look, and that time it picks back up by Jamestown, who tries to clear it. They just barely get it. Out squeaks across to some high checks and hands there.
Well, I tell you, Wisconsin's coming right back all where they ended up here, Joe.
Oh, good. A snipe again over the top.
Boy, I'll tell you, Vincent Lucio, he wanted to score his own team right there. Good heads-up play by Gulf.
Mikowski came in with a whistler that time to follow up.
One.
Just over the top. Now Jamestown, one time with a good look in the slot. The rebound picked up, missed the net, but trying to skate out now in front of his own goal. Well, it's controlled there by Wisconsin. That was Wojnarowski that time who brought it out. Player down in the corner, a little slow to get up. Finally back to his skates, heads to the bench. And that's going to be number 10 in Potrats. Back again, selecting the puck, and Wisconsin moves it up. A good stretch pass here, controlled across the way.
Well, I tell you, this Shane Metler, he's a big kid. He's got to be a good 6'3" forward here.
Comes across here, cannot get possession. Puts a hand out there. Was Metler, but again in the middle finally now, far side. Wisconsin breaking in, gains the line, continues moving those skates, now behind the net, patrolling, looking around, trying to find somebody as Fisher. Now to the far point. Wisconsin fanning there at the far point, but then a second opportunity. Good job by Metler to send it deep. He didn't give up on the puck.
Yeah, Fisher coming back on D, and Metler trying to hold his spot for him. You want that Metler probably in that zone, getting after that net. A big kid like that, getting him in front of that net. Boy, Wisconsin just coming out here, firing away.
They are. They're spunky here to start. That was Newkirk who jumped into a check there at the half wall. It's above the dasher boards.
In intermission here, I was talking with Coach Johnson here from Gophs, and he was watching this period here, and he was absolutely 100% correct. And Wisconsin plays that, the nice and reserved kind of game. They're sneaky little players, and they can hit you like they have here in the last, several minutes of this last of the first and beginning of the second here.
Yeah, they jump it up another gear suddenly out of nowhere.
Oh,
time.
big
Check
hit
Ralph.
by number 7, Ralph.
He leaned in that time to Nick Johnson. Gets back to his skates. Jamestown trying to slow him down, looking to time. You saw number 17 trying to find another way, and that was Moak trying to deliver a check, but Wisconsin escaped that. Ramshaw that time pinches up. It's sent back down again to the defense. Jamestown having some trouble, and Wisconsin.
Yes, here we go. Oh, what a save!
That thing.
Oh, boy.
Hashtag FTL, flashing the leather.
Justin Snyder just got round out front of the net here by Baker. Holy cow.
Just a shot just below the dot, and he unloaded a wrister and a gorgeous save that time.
Never seems to amaze me being a goalie myself, and just how much side of that net he gave him. You can see right now how much that glove side goalies just love doing it. Another quick shot.
And the thing with it is, hey, I played a lot of baseball, and so you're always taught to look into that glove and watch. But more goalies, many times they take the swipe, they get after it. Nice turn away there by the Wisconsin goalie as well. And Jamestown sends it back in. But you saw that one. That puck looked like it was almost behind him when he made the save that time was Baker. But he knew exactly. He was confident that he was going to have it. Well, back. Jamestown coming back with their own.
Big save.
Big shot, bounces high, looking for that loose puck.
Yeah, he didn't know where that thing was at. It was right above his head.
No. Sent in. Oh, one-timer. Now it gets all the way back, and then Fanning coming in had a good look at a shot to Jamestown, and we will get a penalty.
Wow, I don't agree with that one. That Gaden Anderson boy, what a block that he had. That he went on to drive to get that out of the zone, and I don't think that shouldn't be called a trip. I mean, he was going ahead to clear that puck. I don't think he intended to trip someone. Boy, not a really fair call on that one, but that's hockey.
Yep, Anderson will have 2 minutes non-smoking in the sin bin, and this will give Jamestown an opportunity with a man advantage. Their second power play here this evening. Winning the draw, tipping it back now. Jamestown, good puck movement in that umbrella formation or 1-3-1. Bouncing back to the corner. Now cutting in.
2 minutes, time for penalty, 15-25.
Chance here on the one time. Now still moving the puck around the perimeter. They get a chance trying to feed it to a teammate down low. Hill holds the zone. Continues, and he moves back to the tip of the umbrella. Shot here, short side.
I don't know. They calling that a goal, but I tell you what, that looked like a lot of goaltending interference right there. And I don't know, number 11, I believe it is.
They were bookend on it, and that's going to be Ramsdale.
Yeah, that 13 looks like Collins. Ashton Collins looks like may have got that. We'll see what the call is here. Boy, I wish I had the replay camera in front of us. I think these referees are actually talking about it right now. That puck went up in the air.
Absolutely.
Two guys are in the crease.
Yep.
So I don't know about this, and the coaches aren't really. If I was a Wisconsin coach, I'd be all over these guys right now, but I don't know. They're talking about. I don't know if this is going to be a goal here.
Yeah, that's
I don't think this is going to be called a goal.
They kind of had the goalie bookend.
I think it's goaltender interference for sure, but I don't have luxury of that replay right now, JoJo.
It's like the players said, hey, the door's open. Let's just go in.
No goal? I think it's no goal. Yeah, we're going to find out here. I'm talking with the fans up here, and one of the moms is like, nope, definitely not a goal.
I'm definitely a Wisconsin fan.
I might have to agree with her. I don't. Either way, we're going to have some mad people, JoJo.
Man, it is.
And I don't know who that was. Was it Ramsdale, I think, number 11?
Yeah, I thought it was Easton Ramsdale.
Yeah, I think you might be right. He's up there standing in front of the refs because he's like, hey, man, that's my goal.
But they just own that crease. They were just in there destroying anything in its way.
No goal. Give me some of that. Give me some of that. Hey, what a great commentary by Joe and Jimmy here, boy.
Well, Jimmy.
We don't even have access to the NSC replay.
Hey, and, you bring that goalie expertise.
Yes.
And no one gets in your backyard without your permission.
No,
And that time they had more than enough guests.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, honestly, if Wisconsin, Jamestown, that is actually a great call right there for these referees. they called it a goal. One of the referees, I think, had a better angle at that. They're actually still talking about it right now. But the initial shot on goal went above the goaltender. And the goaltender, Gallon, he didn't see where it was at. Then both forwards crashed the net. And I think they either got pushed from Jamestown's D, and pushed Gallon right back in the net. He had no actually opportunity to do anything. So goaltender interference, no goal. That's the call, Joe. It's 1-1 still. And here we go.
Yeah, he had no real chance to play the puck.
Right. So the puck's going to go down far end.
All right. So we'll continue with the power play. Still $1:20 left on that for Jamestown. Feed it along the board behind the net to the far point. Skating in, trying to set up the power play one more time. Near side. And there's the tip of the umbrella. Here's a Whistler that misses the net, looks for that rebound to create an opportunity off the back, but it was Wisconsin who was able to kind of guide it to the corner. Cordosi sends it across the way. Almost took the shot from the dot, turned away, and now Cordosi again just inside the blue line, sends his Whistler with traffic in front. Nice save that time, made by Gallum. Able to move it just beyond the blue line and just giving the specialty teams, the guys up front, a chance to get a second swat at it to send it back the distance.
Great job by Wisconsin right there. They finally get some guys off that ice.
There for a while.
Oh, we got some action here.
Look at the chance. This could be a shorty attempt, getting it to the corner first.
Oh, Reed down here beats everybody down to the puck.
Looking for support, gets it. Blast, tries to go low. Making the save, absorbing the save. That time was Baker. Wow.
Yeah, that Reed Newkirk to, who was that, 15, Carson Gunnarsson, the one-timer out front. And Baker again, denied.
Yeah, Gunnarsson with 13 goals this season. Certainly knows what to do with it.
No.
Now.
They're still talking about that goal.
Let it go. They're just about ready to skate off the penalty.
Yeah, they should have. I don't know what's going on here. There's penalties. Okay, here we go. A couple extra
tough
seconds.
To read, it's tough to read the scoreboard. They could probably use a few more light bulbs or amps to kick it up. Ball back at full strength. Here comes Wisconsin. Stretch pass across the way. A backhander by the big fella, Metler. In the corner, Metler tries to come back out to the front of the net. He's there now.
You notice that Wisconsin's always got a guy in a corner. Mm-hmm. They're always feeding it out front. That they got Metler out front, or they have Reed out front. They do a great job of drawing in the D and leaving someone wide open in front.
Moving it now in. No one's picking him up. Down low, it was a chance there for Metler, but that pass kind of locked him up. Kicking it back under, tipping it away. It's still looking. A chance here. Now in front, they could not get it. All alone in front. It was sitting there waiting. That was Gunderson. Back again. Shot here absorbed by Baker.
Tell you, Joe, that Metler, he's 6'3" with a 12-foot wingspan. Oh. Behind that net, he's a dangerous fella.
Kind of looks like that old pterodactyl bird with that reach that you have. My gosh. And
that's like our Brady Aboot from our Minnesota team. He's just a big kid, huge, super long reach.
Moving it back now, backhanding it back across center ice. Poole has it, sends it to his defensive mate there, tipped ahead, and Rawaldson will give chase behind the net. He's an active player. Good burst, plays physical. Poole holds the zone to the far point. Oh, we're still here, and a glove save with traffic right on the doorstep. That was Rawaldson that time, looking for the rebound, but secured. Nothing to be given that time by Gallum.
Another fantastic job by Aiden Fisher there, getting that goalie the freedom of seeing that puck. Another phenomenal job by him.
Webbo Gallum comes into the mark of 8-2-1 between the pipes for Wisconsin this season. Here's a shot. Another glove save secured.
Yeah, it's just amazing to me. I think coaches will probably make some changes here. There's a lot of these one-timers out front of the net. You don't usually see that too often, and I'll tell you what, this has been the whole period of these one-timers.
Would you want him to make a pass off of that one instead of the one-timer, or you're trying to defend him getting that chance?
You know, the ideal thing, Joe, is you want to get that goalie going side to side.
Right.
You don't want him, face up on these
settling,
shots.
Yeah, they're kind of settling for that one-timer.
Yep. So it's a great job, by them, but it's just, you don't want you want your team to kind of adjust to that. There's the old short hop.
Oh, that is so dangerous. As a goalie, you can never tell which way that thing is going to bounce when it's that high.
And you don't want to let those in either.
And in football, you'd fair catch a punt like that.
Here we go.
Skating in numbers.
Off the post.
Hits the post. Oh, my. That came off with some conviction. Good scoring opportunity.
Old Easton hitting the post here.
Kicking
another
it
great
back
shot.
Across the line, center deflects and sends it right back in. They get back onside, does Wisconsin. Under 11 to play here, period number 2. We're tied 1-1.
Yeah. Well, the Easton. What do we got? Easton, what's his last name here? Is it Lum? What do we got here? 14. No. Oh, yeah, for Wisconsin. What we got here?
Dial that up here.
Linder?
Cross center ice here. Continuing at Easton Linder.
Okay.
14 with it now. He wicks it back and Linder sends it back behind the net. Linder again. Sweeping it up.
Boy, this line is just putting the pressure on.
And right on cue, Linder has been active.
Yeah.
Trying to jump every pass. Now Chance trying to put some pressure on. Drop pass. Oh, he could have walked in another stride or two, but instead of big shot and a save, comes back the other way. Jamestown almost. They had a couple of good looks. Turned away. This one tipped, didn't get any farther down. It tipped and then went off the fence of Jamestown. Now a deflection rolls behind the net. Pua will get there. Reverses ice. Sends it near side. No, he's going to go to the far side, recircle, try to lose that defender. Romsdale moves it up near the blue line, and now
Wisconsin just putting on a forecheck pressure here.
They're everywhere on the trap.
Got numbers here. Up front. Oh!
A good deflection just before that made contact, but good focus by the goalie. And Baker back out again. Here comes Jamestown with another rush. Pickpocketed there right at the blue line by Wisconsin, and they dump it back in and give chase, trying to anticipate a pass around the board. It did not play, but that allows the Wisconsin support player to come in and level with a check in that corner.
Yeah, Wisconsin just relentlessly throwing that forecheck in there, just giving Jamestown a really difficult time of breaking out.
This one gets all the way through, no icing. Get in there first will be Wisconsin. It was not going to be icing either way. Jamestown tries to work it up and matriculate it up along the near board. Now at the blue line. Shefferling that time sends it deep now, far side, tipped. Getting at it, Wisconsin trying to take it there and get some of the numbers going. Wisconsin just seems to be everywhere right now.
Yeah, offsides here.
They wipe off that delayed offside. Jamestown then swats and turns and fires it deep.
Turnover action.
Not as deep as they wanted.
Oh, big blocker save.
Yeah, that big waffle pad save that time by Gallum. Holds the zone, foul point, shot here right into the midsection and between the pads and solidifies that puck.
Well, I tell you, Joe, back and forth action here, man. A lot of neutral zone transition here, Both teams kind of doing what they can to see, like the old turnover, turnover opportunity goal here, I think is going to happen. I'm going to call it.
The Badgers really, the pressing and the trapping that they're doing, it starts to frustrate you and wears on you after a while because it seems like you're having out and they're there as well, and then you take a check. Ouch.
Man, who was that? Aiden Fisher comes storming in to dump the puck and just drills
one of his
teammates on the bench here. Who was that?
I think that's Potrat.
Who was that, 10?
Yep, Potrat's absorbed that puck. He's doubled over.
Yeah, he ain't liking that bad in there. Man.
Come on, brother.
Dangerous.
Anywhere. anywhere on the ice but at me.
I'm sure he's going to hear about that in the locker room.
Oh, yeah, Mettler will carry it in. Reaches for it, as you mentioned. An excellent reach he has in range behind the net, trying to get something going here.
One-timer.
Looking at shot,
big save by Baker.
Squirt a little rebound that time.
Once again, that one-timer out front, Joe. Yeah. You're seeing that more and more often here. Wisconsin just got that down. I think that was, who was that, 15 here, Carson Gunnarsson out front. You know, it's just Reed and Gunnarsson just are in sync here. But
that one-timer for Wisconsin comes a little deeper and a better shot than sometimes what Jamestown was settling for with their one-timer just inside the blue line. Moving it, continuing, trying to put the clamps down.
Yeah, Wisconsin just putting a big-time pressure on here. I mean, they're in F1, and I mean, look at this, just relentless.
Put it off the board. He knew from that angle he was going to have to try to get that puck back because it was not going to get out. He did.
Yeah.
Out at the center ice and right back in. Wholesale changes for Wisconsin on the fly. That was a quick change on the fly for Wisconsin. Very proficient.
Yeah, Kohlheimer here had an opportunity to take it in, but he, decided to, hold that puck, and now they got the, here he comes. Wisconsin back at it. Ooh, we got a break, possibly. Oh.
Deflected in front there by Jamestown.
Offside.
And that is an offside.
Yeah, we had Harrison Bonister taking a check into the bench there and took him off across the blue line and eliminated that play coming in for Wisconsin.
Rubbed him that time. So we have 6 minutes, 40 seconds left here in the second period. We're just beyond the midway mark of this, the first matchup.
Here we go. That press again.
Great job. Oh, moved off the stick.
Brooks Ralston comes in and just steals the puck away from a golden opportunity for Wisconsin.
Ralston came in with a charge with some speed but couldn't control the puck. Wisconsin moves it back. Ralston again tries to headman it. Now the carry in. Working. Richter floats just off the neck. Ralston gets to that far point, sends it backhand, but not deep enough, missing that outlet pass. But near the end of the shift that time was Burmeister. He heads to the bench for the change. Tipped up, a one-hop that goes behind quickly there. Trying to move it up ice. Wisconsin. Backhander, maybe some numbers could evolve here. Dropping it and behind.
Most hockey I've ever seen in a period. I mean, we were literally calling it from right here.
Right, exactly.
I call it a turnover here, Joe. With the play of hockey they're doing right now, it's going to be a bad pass, turnover goal here, I think, in the next couple minutes.
Feverishly trying to hold the zone there by Wisconsin.
Yeah.
But they'll be whistled for the offside. Oh, they wave that off. Now it's sent back in, deep again, trying to give chase on the puck hunt is Anderson. Tied up in the corner. He's tied there with, that time it's Makowski. Makowski now bringing it back. Anderson sweeps it in front. Poke checked off of his stick. Now trying to wrap around. Denied. And then covering up on the wraparound attempt for Wisconsin was McDonough.
Yeah, Owen thought he had the reach. Boy, I'll tell you what, Baker's having nothing to do with that. That big goalie, experienced goalie. We talked about that beginning of, hey guys, boys are ready to fire it up. Got the Gophers behind us. Go
at it. This Carla Berg tourney coming your way this afternoon, and we're also we're going to be able to cover as well the Gophers as they take on the Mankato State Mavericks. That will follow this game. This is 4:45 left.
Oh!
And a good look. Shot.
That's it right there. Oh. Turnover a goal right there.
Turned it over.
Man, I'll tell you, I got psychic powers tonight, Joe.
They slid that under the garage door. Kept it low.
Who is that? Number 9.
Yeah. And that was poised with it. Cole Layden will pick it up. Layden his 11th goal of the season. But you could see Layden. That's what I like when you're paid. You've got to get a quick release, but you also have to be poised before you take that shot.
Oh, I'll tell you, and you are 100% correct. And Cole had him put Baker down on his knees and just said, you know what, I got some more room on the right side, and he buried that goal. Good pressure. I called it. Man, I'll tell you what, Wisconsin has just been putting the pressure on Jamestown here.
For the Badgers, number 9.
Wisconsin with their first lead of the game.
Assisted by number 10.
Cole Layden picks it up on the goal.
Alex Potratz on the assist there.
Potratz also. Shot over the top, deflects and tied up just over the glass and into the netting. Into the pocket there. So 4:21 now left in the second period.
Yeah, so we got the summer on that goal there, Joe, is Cole Layden and number 10, Alex. Potratz here, and then Justin Schneider, number 18. And once again, take me to, lottery ticket or something. Boy, I'm just calling it out, JoJo.
It was a turnout, the turnover. And you know what? A nice goal, road poise.
Yes.
As a goalie, you got to hate when a shooter is poised like that.
That's
waiting for you to make the move or slide open that 5-hole.
Right. And I'll tell you, you get a goalie to commit and you have room, it's going to be dangerous.
That first line of Layden, Potratz, and Schneider get credit for the go-ahead goal. Again, this is the first lead this evening for Wisconsin.
Right.
Now 2-1.
Going back to Justin Schneider, he's ranked number 281 here in the country, 26 points. Now with 27.
Two on numbers again. Pass just a bit behind Schneider that time. He could have dialed up goal number 20.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that shows you why he's in the top 300. I think we got a high stick coming here. We might have a penalty here, Joe.
A little action behind the play.
We had Justin Schneider and 17 here, Benjamin Malk, going at it here in the corner. I think they might both be going. I think it'd probably be the smart call, but we'll see who. Yep, looks like they're both going to go here. Great call by the official here.
Yep, Wisconsin yet, that I can recall, to have a power play. They've skated off 2 penalty kills.
You don't ever like seeing that. If it's a questionable call, call them both. Make it. It's a good tempo game. Don't let the referees be dictating what happens in a game. Great call right there by the officials. Nice work.
Yep, just to even it up. Exactly. 3.5 to play. Period number 2. Wisconsin has claimed their first lead here about a minute ago on a go-ahead goal by Cole Layden. His 11th of the season. But you said that pressure from Wisconsin, you said it would be a turnover that would create that next goal opportunity, and certainly the pressure from Wisconsin did so. Rister, looking for the shot, trying to find the puck as he was looking for it to kick to the corner, but he couldn't find it, but finally, Gallum.
Great job right there. I'll tell you what, we talk about this play a lot, letting that goalie, letting that forward come in on the top of that key right there and getting in front of that defenseman. I mean, it's an automatic blind shot for the opposing team. Here he is again, number 6. Man, I'll tell you, great opportunities for the number 6 here for Jamestown.
Yeah, and Gallum has 14 goals. So.
Yeah, he's just trying to pull the sniper out front here, but as I was trying to say, you don't want that forward to come in that deep on your goalie. Oh, big stop here by number 25 for Wisconsin.
Yeah, he's
Reed. Oh,
coming right back the other way. A shot, trying to block that shot with a stick defensively.
Shea Miller took the shot with it, and then he took the defender's stick with him. So
the goalie made a 2-for-1.
Yeah,
Not only the puck, but the goal, the stick as well to prevent. Just under 3 to play, 2:58 here in this second period, and Wisconsin continues to play downhill. It's kind of been some quick burst plays for Jamestown.
Yes.
They haven't sustained the pressure that you've seen from Wisconsin when they do have it in the Wisconsin zone.
Yeah, it's just Jamestown seems like they've just been like a boxing match here. It's just constant pressure, but then they come out of their zone and they get opportunities too. So
He'll tried a little toe drag and then released the shot, but couldn't get by. The nice defense there for the Badgers. They'll ring it to the corner. Now finds its way to center ice. Sending it right back in again. A dump. Wisconsin's there quickly defensively along the near board. They're waiting for the puck and then getting rubbed off the puck that time.
Bonsdale just dropping a hammer on Harrison Burmeister right there. Holy buckets. Make too many mid on the ace right there. Holy cow.
Looked like it was a chance, but it was thwarted. Back again, just under 2 to play. Jamestown really trying to muster, a heavy, big-time check.
Getting physical here now.
Milkowski just punished. Put the shot right on the doorstep. It was in the blue, but unfortunately Jamestown could not convert.
McGallum, he's got that sheet of plywood behind him. He's focused, boy.
Working it up. Both teams are at even strength. The wrister gets all the way through on the tip. A save is made, and then it deflects and collected and secured.
Yeah, great job by Jamestown right there. Get in front of that net, doing what causing that havoc in front of the goalie here. Jackson LaRosser, out front, big kid.
And Milkowski, he absorbed a big-time check, bounced right back up, and put a tough shot on goal, winning the face-off. Big time, big shot right off the face-off by Jamestown, unable to get it by.
We're going to have a break here. We got action.
Jensen, that was Schneider who
what a pass!
Swaying the backhand. Schneider working his tail off.
I'll tell you what, I haven't seen a lot of that lately, but Justin Schneider with the backhand saucer pass
that
there.
Was nice.
Holy cow, to Alex Potritz. What a play right there.
Potritz was trying to go down like Ovi to one knee to bury that, but it was bouncing too much, but yet a nice pass attempt, as you mentioned, on a backhand saucer pass. Easy to see why Schneider, one of the best players in the country, 19 goals, 8 assists. One of those assists coming here in the second period that helped Wisconsin grab their first lead at 2-1. We're under a minute to play, 45 to play. Period number 2, both teams really heating it up. The corner.
Notice that last minute here. Look at the momentum swing here. I mean, just pressure. We got a couple, seconds left. It's all in.
A tip by Poole. He'll go in the chase. Work it from one corner to the other. Does Wisconsin, but now Jamestown pinches in. Zigzag and find a puck in the corner. They drop it behind the net.
We're going to have an opposite here. Jamestown
14 seconds left here and still trying to cycle in the corner. Jamestown looking for an opportunity. Ronsdale has it. Wrister hits a skate in front and deflects to the corner. A shot here in front, trying to tip it. I think that hit goal, good squared up. And oh my, a good opportunity. Keep in mind that Jamestown had a goal called back in the second period. It was the right call.
Right, 100% right call, but I'll tell you what, it's kind of like the same as the end of the first period for Wisconsin was the same for the end of the second period for Jamestown here. They did everything they could to try to tie this thing up.
Well, and I'll tell you, Wisconsin just seems to be in the right spot, anticipates those passes so well. They come in again with a mark of 10-4, currently ranked 5th in the rankings. And meanwhile, it is Jamestown who's one ahead of them. They're ranked 4th, and they have a record of 14-2. We got some great hockey here coming your way in this third period. It's a 2-1 lead for Wisconsin on the goal by Cole Layden. And his 11th of the season. Yeah. And we'll step aside here for a moment, and we'll return with maybe some interview activity, but also we can talk about some standings as well, what's going on here in the WCC Hockey Association, as this is kind of a very significant weekend for all the teams involved.
You ain't kidding. This is, it's a catch-22 on this because you don't want season to end. However, you want to play in the tournament. You know what I mean? So it's just there's so much at stake here. It's just watching the referees too. I got to give credit to these referees today in this game. Not too many crazy calls. I mean, they're letting it play hockey. They
have, and you look at the records of these two teams: 18-4-2 for Jamestown. Some of the best in Wisconsin at 17-3-1-2.
Incredible records.
Jamestown has stacked their last 6 wins, looking to make it 7. They're 8-2 in their last 10 games, and they've tallied 139 goals on the season.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the record, you look at the quality of play, back and forth. kind of shows you why these two teams are 18-4 and 17-3. You know, I mean, it's just feeling each other out, kind of feeling, what's going on with both these teams. And this third period is going to be a barn burner, I believe. I feel that I'm going to call it now. Jamestown's going to come out, tie this thing up. And it's going to go down the wire, Joe. I think I was right on 2. Maybe I'll try to see if I get my hat trick here today.
And that's why you have to stay tuned here to watch that third period, because as Jimmy said, Jamestown's going to tie this up. And then it's going to come down to those last 5 minutes of who's going to take home that victory. And so key to have the right goalie in play as well.
You get the goalie battle here, Joe. Both goalies going back. And, being a goalie myself, believe it or not, there is competition with goalie to goalie. I mean, I don't like sitting down doing nothing. I want action too,
Right.
So when goalies are watching one another play, it gets them going because they don't want to get scored on either.
Absolutely.
So it's like, believe it or not, there's a lot of competition when it comes to, goalies. A lot of people just think that goalies just stand down there and blah, 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 wait for their turn, but they're watching everything. Being goalie myself, I don't miss a thing going on in the game. Well, maybe something.
But, hey, we'll just step away for just a few minutes. We'll return with this third period, but we'll also return with some more dynamic conversation in the coverage here. Wisconsin, a 2-1 lead over a tough Jamestown squad. And we'll be back here shortly with more insight as we continue with the great coverage.
How did you... pre-game jitters.
Yeah,
and all that fun stuff. I love that. There's nothing better than that camaraderie playing with the coaching and watching these kids have that excitement. The pre-game jitters, the anxiety and all that fun coming into this tournament.
And each player is different.
Oh yeah, and everybody for example, like Keegan. Keegan's he's one of those cats that just you expect it from him. You know what I mean? He doesn't I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's like the guy that you hate playing against, but you want him on your team, kind of stuff. He's just cool, calm, and collect, but he's got that agitator side of him too, and I just love listening to these kids get ready for the game.
Apparently the officials have been locked out of the rink here for some time as everyone's waiting for them to come back on to set up the goals and get the puck drop set for third period. And of course, goalies are just plain weird when it comes to
you ain't kidding.
Those matchups. Oh, wow. Everyone seems like each goalie has kind of their own little repertoire.
Yep.
And routine before a game. What was your routine?
I had to have a nap before our games. I had to have Apple Jacks and a couple bowls of Apple Jacks. It was just those superstitious kind of things, and
right.
Had to have my stick tape pop, the right way, my knob on it, the right thing. I mean, it's just some of those things. If you don't have in sync, you just, you have that mental block, and like you said, all goalies are whacked. I mean, they all have their certain catchers and shortstops. All those action-packed, athletes just have their own little.
How about on their headset? Any music you'd put in that cassette recorder?
Well, back in the day, I didn't want to have that big box with the cord coming up. I mean, I would have to have a backpack on my, today's world, I would do anything to be in goal, to have my iPads. Oh, man, that'd be great. Listen to music and playing goalie. That would be some fun.
Man, it is, and it is always, I love doing the interviews sometimes with the goalies to find out what is their routine. And
it'd be interesting.
Oh, my.
I mean, I've always said, Joe, would be if you could walk into a game, pick a player, pay to listen to him, it'd be the coolest thing in the world. I wish we could. I should get into that more.
I was thinking about pregame routine. I always thought of the left fielder for the San Diego Padres, Kevin Young, was it? Or I'm trying to think. He would always take 2 big fingerfuls of Vicks vapor rub because his grandmother. And that's what he would eat before he'd take 2 swipes. He had a big jar.
Nasty.
2 of those just before he went out for the start of the game. Not that hitting.
Gave me goosebumps right there, JoJo.
And it clears up any sinuses as well. So finally, the officials come back out.
That one.
But, I always find that goalies kind of have an interesting routine they like to have. Maybe it's food, music, maybe watching a movie before the game. But it was always great.
Speaking of goalies here, it's going to be a battle between these two goalies right here. Gallum and Baker. It's 20 minutes of excitement, Joe. Here we go.
Gallum 8-2-1 coming into this matchup. Goals against of 2.78, and Baker 9-2. They couldn't be any more close than that.
As you can hear, Jamestown, they're trying to do the old psych job on them.
Jamestown sends it in, rings it along the board. As this day gets longer, the hockey gets stronger. It gets that much better. As you can see, icing the call. But right after this, it's the Gophers taking on Mankato State Mavericks. It'll be the 3rd time that they've met this season. These two teams, 18-4-2 for Jamestown and 17-3-1 for Wisconsin.
Great matchup here. You can see a lot of great crowd here tonight, too.
Drops it off, half ball underneath. Yep, pinching in. Good Friday crowd starting to file in. Working it up ahead, and now almost had the numbers. Nice play there by Mikulski. That could have been dangerous for Jamestown had they not disrupted that flow up ice. A little toe drag, and then it's sent wide on that shot attempt.
Well, I'll tell you, that number 4 here, Mikulski, boy, he did a great job right there.
Nice shot. Good save. Boy, that came through some traffic.
Yep. That's what the play I was talking about, when those defensemen come back and they pinch and those forwards get those quick snapper off,
You have to be zeroed in as a goalie to see that come off of the stick and then be ready probably for a deflection off of part of that defenseman in front, off the shield, into the corner, moving it up ahead. Still locked down in that corner. Wisconsin hit it. Jamestown trying to give Wisconsin a little taste of their own medicine, but right now Wisconsin doing everything they can, including going down and getting the skate.
Nick Johnson doing a great job sacrificing his body to keep that puck in the zone.
That looked like a goalie in soccer making one of those saves, spreading out, crossed away. Oh my, a quick wrister. I thought maybe at that far defense, at that far point, he was going to hold that puck because it was close to the defender. Deflecting it, I thought maybe he might circle around and get a closer shot.
I think they really didn't have an opportunity to really get that to do much. He had his forecheck pretty quick, and kind of a nice play by him, actually, just to keep that puck in that zone, too.
Face-off control, Jamestown, they loft this thing high in the air, almost pitchfork-like. Kicking it up, loose shot, blocked in front, nicely done there by the defense.
God, great job.
Spoken like a true goalie.
Yeah,
that was Newark who made that block, by the way, for Wisconsin. We haven't heard much from scoring-wise yet by Mettler. He leads the team here in scoring, but
yeah, you know, I think Scotty's been on these guys. You keep track of those things, you know. It's coaches, they don't like them getting any more stats on you.
Correct. Right. Baker between the pipes. Did an impressive job for Jamestown. His stats do not lie. He's been solid. Moving it in, now holding the zone and sending it to the corner. Mettler, he heads to the bench. Big time check. Player is still down, slow to get up.
Oh, man.
No penalty arm up at all. We're going to continue play.
Oh, there. Who is that?
Willing and dealing and taking him down. Little retaliation.
Yeah.
Hustling to the corner.
That's the code right there, boy.
Relentless right there, yep. Shot blocked in front, does not make it. It's way to Baker, but back again. Wisconsin first brings it along the board, and that brings on a whistle for some icing.
So I'll tell you, you know, talking about goalies here, I'll try to explain this as fast as I can. So beginning of every season, I always get with our goalies, and I try to tell our forwards how goalies read a shot. When a forward has that puck and he wants to show, you know, when he's got it on his stick and shoot, goalies know where they're going all the way. That's why I say that quick snapper is probably the best shot ever in hockey. Because the goalie doesn't have a time to react to that. It's kind of hard to explain that over a couple seconds, but
you've seen that, you know, the last 5-6 years across hockey, they work on that wrister more so than a big slap shot. Big shot there, turned away.
I tell our guys the quick snapper is the best shot ever. Because you telegraph it. I mean, it's unbelievable. And I could tell you right now, I've been in goal a long time. I could tell you right now where kids are shooting.
Up ahead, Fisher trying to get back defensively to help out. Jamestown dumps it to the corner. Makes some changes on the fly. Picked up ahead, now defect loose. Here comes Wisconsin ahead, trying to stay onside. That puck gets right by the Wisconsin forward.
He's quick, quick, number 7 here for Wisconsin.
Coming back, Romsdale dumps it. He heads to the bench for a quick change, and Wisconsin's going to take advantage here on the run. Kicks it to the corner. Now here's an opportunity if they can kick that loose. Finally, all the support is back here for Wisconsin. Finally knocked loose, looks to center. Nope, none to be had. Deflects and able to squeak that just beyond the blue line. Circling there is Layden. Layden thus far the go-ahead goal for Wisconsin in that second period. Pinching in, far point, a wrister that gets tipped and into the netting behind the goal.
Yes, going back to the explanation here, listen to people. So basically, like when the puck's on that stick, goalies I can tell you right now, every goalie will tell you exactly where you're shooting. But as soon as that snapper happens, they have no clue. And the backhand, probably one of the hardest shots in hockey to stop. You ask anybody that knows anything about hockey or goalies, they'll tell you that backhand is the hardest shot ever. You have no clue where it's going. That's why I always tell, if you have a practice that backhand, that's why you see a lot of, shootouts, the backhand. The forward backhand, up in the corner kind of deal. Goalies just get, I don't know what it is. It's just, can't read it.
Well, I can always, every time I see somebody cut across the crease right in front of the goalie and they lift that thing bar down, just right underneath the bar. It's amazing to me how they can lift it and be that much of a sharpshooter on a backhand.
Well, another amazing thing is, JoJo, is how they knock these pucks out of the air. Oh, look at this! Oh, what a play right there!
Were we just talking about slicing through that low slot? That was the forehand. But what a beautiful play. That was an explosive setup. And closing the deal is Potratz. He gets an assist today and then a goal.
What was it, 15?
Potratz will get the goal, I believe. That's who we'll give it to. If it is to Alex Potratz, it's his 5th goal of the season. Boy, did he slice and dice, and explosive strides coming through out of nowhere.
Yeah, Alex Potratz, Justin Snyder there. What a combo. Man, you're just talking about that. And not only, what a great pass.
And Schneider just, there's guys who just see that ice so well. Yep. So that line strikes again.
Yes,
the second goal for that line. Second assist for Schneider. He has 9 assists on the season, 28 points. What a teammate.
Oh, what a back check right there from Sinead Metzler, boy.
Oh.
Stop that one-timer.
In the mid-slot. Now trying to come back and
how
feed another
important that
teammate.
is. That back check, people don't realize how important that is. It's
picking back, and then, I mean, the whole piece is about playing that full sheet of ice.
Yep.
Now, how tough is it to get some to recognize they're not coming back to help for that, other than on video itself.
The one-timer there.
Save, kick to the side.
Spencer Broch sitting out front, waiting for that nice, beautiful pass. Couldn't get any air on that, but I'll tell you what, if he might have had a goal right there.
Spencer with the first goal of the game here for Wisconsin. That tied it with less than a minute in that first period. They were down 1-0 prior to that, but now Wisconsin getting on their horse and now extending the lead to 3-1.
Oh, man.
Trying to stop and redirect, just overskated the puck that time for Wisconsin was number 5. Potratz again, trying to get the control back. Almost triple team that time coming out was Hill. Now he'll try to get to the puck. He gets there first to the corner, looks for support. Jamestown's going to need to kick it in another gear here as carry across. Oh, good
I
look.
said earlier, I think in the first period, how Wisconsin plays that sneaky hockey. It shows you right now, that's what they do. Jamestown's been putting the pressure on. Wisconsin plays that, that even game. You got to give them credit, man. They're breaking out of their zone perfect. They're matching the hustle.
Glove save made, and Jamestown is going to have to come up with 2 goals if they're going to match your prediction that Jamestown was going to tie this game.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
Here in the third.
That hat trick's always hard to get,
It is. It is. 12 and a half to go, and boy, that scissors, that cut across, what a pretty goal.
Yeah.
Oh. Shot, snags at it. Got that glove up above his helmet to make that save. That's the one thing with a goalie I see more of. Just, obviously the glove's not in front of the eyes, but it's right up on top to feel it sometimes.
Yep.
Well,
I was always told never to reach higher than your head for the puck.
Huh.
But it's true, because you don't want to.
Because you leave a pocket?
You don't want to miss it and knock it down and, not know where it's at. So it was always my rule of thumb. But back then it was more of a stand-up game too, really.
It's always about trust that technique, right? Yeah. And so in that case, it was. So you said, hey, it was more than more of a stand-up game back then.
Yeah.
Just everyone shooting up top.
Yeah, it was just more of I think that was when it was like Donnie Beaupre my year was in Jules Malash. Gary Edwards. That's when the V drop was starting. I think Beaupre brought it more. It was just, it's kind of like that. Now these pads are so crazy light. Back then I had those 100-pound DNR pads that they were wet and heavy.
Those things, yeah. And then on top of it, not nearly as wide as the ones they get now. Icing, waved off.
You're going to see Jamestown probably taking some risky plays here, to try to sneak a quick goal in here, with some ample time left.
Potras there, knocked down a cross-ring pass, but now a quick shot. Another silent glove save. Clean on that glove save. And
there's that, hey, I got it,
There's Tyler Ralph who put the shot on. That was a nice quick wrister that time for Ralph. But
yeah, you know, that's another thing too. A little goalie trick is that why goalies have big knobs on the stick. They always tap that post to find out where they're at too, with the angle. They're giving you all these tips here.
See that? And they're free. I'm taking notes. Set back behind now to the corner, dumping in. Absorbing a big-time check. You can see right now Jamestown really trying to dial it up and shift the tempo of this game. They need to be kind of that brand of physicality.
Leonardo Collenheimer. I haven't said his name fully yet, but tell you what, he's been on this ice and he's been throwing his body around. He knows what's happening here. So,
Chance skating in here. Rister deflects high off the glass, almost into the stands, back down to the ice. We are at the midway mark of this third period. Off the glass, empty. Wisconsin in and out. Now a chance for Jamestown. They control the puck, get it under control. Looking to feed and drop a pass to a teammate there, the Hill. Hill has it carry him off.
Can't score with three guys behind the net.
And Wisconsin tries to flutter that puck ahead. I think he was trying to get off to go to the bench here, number 18 for Wisconsin. Back up again. Another run. And Schneider heads up towards center ice looking for the pass, but it's still back in the Wisconsin end. Molkowski tries to pull the trigger on a shot, and here comes Schneider. Schneider moves in. Toe drag. Still has a shot. 5-hole. Save and covered up.
Throws it.
Tries to
check too,
do a little rub out there. Heads to the bench for a line change.
A little frustration check there.
That was, but near the end of the shift, still some good burst. Settled that puck and sent it back behind. Now, finally, a look to try to create a spark. Top of the face-off circle. This shot gets a lot of pop on it. And, of course,
that's how how that toe drag really gets created, too. Or, you know, they bring that thing back, and a nice quick shot really doesn't give a goalie that great opportunity to know where that puck's going.
Yeah, they kind of load up that toe drag and let the defense get that shield in front. Near side to the far point here. We're under 9 to play. It's a 2-goal lead for the Badgers. Looking to take home a first win. Chasing after it. Finally, Wisconsin centers. Shot. Didn't quite get everything on it.
Great save by Baker there.
Yes, extended the pad for the save. Wisconsin quickly gets back because feverishly Jamestown was trying to counter. Continuing trying to bring some physical play in to shift the momentum of this game. Deep to the corner, ringing it along far side. Digging at it. Wisconsin pinches in. Back to the corner now, trying to continue to dig at it. That's Linder.
Yeah, look for Jamestown to probably draw a penalty here too as well. You know, be a really smart thing to do. A little embellishment action, do something just to do what they can.
Trying to center back in front, and it deflects back out to center ice. Linder waits for a teammate to come back on side. This pass just missed on the connect. Looking back,
pass.
Tyler Ralph there, and now behind the net, it's poke checked off the stick.
McDonough there with a beautiful backhand pass there. Crease.
getting down the block. Wisconsin doing everything here at this point of the game, up by 2 goals. And 7:20 remaining to allow a good scoring opportunity. And trying to get everything turned away. I'll tell you, Gallum has done a great outing here this afternoon.
Yeah.
And Baker as well. But right now it's a 2-goal lead for Wisconsin. Wisconsin continuing their way. And now slicing through. A good shot and a waffle pad save. Steered to the corner by Gallum. To the corner. They'll move it up. Looking to center. There's a chance. Nope, deflects. Loose puck. Big blast and the save. Follow-up shot. Another save. And coming through the blue and a crease. And storming some pressure that time from Jamestown. Wow. Moving in and no whistle. Continuing to play. Finally, they get the whistle and some pushing and shoving.
This is where you're going to draw that penalty right now.
What about those saves?
I'll tell you, back and forth. I mean, he's been on fire. This could be a totally different game. Like, you know, we talked earlier at the start of this game.
We talked about those quick wrist shots.
Goalies are so important in these games.
On that last exchange, Jamestown just hauled off and got a good quality slap shot. They wanted to put it through Gallum, but he stopped that as well. Deflection goes to the corner. Race to the puck ensued as the puck hunt begins. Up the half wall, some more physical check. That time applied by Wojnowski. Moving in, another big shot.
Stop.
Timely by Makowski. He's had some big shots and the bigger saves have come the way there.
Great job by Wisconsin defense here.
And you're right, hey, you got to try to play clean. Last thing you can avoid is a penalty here if you're Wisconsin, but you got to stay aggressive. Pass gets through a few, but deflected back out near the blue line, but not out. A little toe drag and a big shot that time. Loose shot, but coming up with the bounce and the save and the clean glove action again by Gallum.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah. Gallum, he's just on fire. You know, it's like I said, it could be a totally different ball game here right now. You got Finn Yeager, you know, doing a great job as well. We haven't really said his name much this game. He's just a solid defenseman back there with his defense partner, Aiden Fisher.
Off the face-off, another quick save by Robo. Holding the zone, near point, over to the far point, trying to...
Oh, another great job by Wisconsin there. That stick save. Look at that
between
fancy
the legs.
stuff.
Back out there.
Hey,
Mettler.
That is
behind
gonna
the
be
play. We're going to get him.
penalty.
Yeah.
And Wisconsin's got to be careful here. Don't be drawing. That's going to go on Jamestown. You know, I hate to say this, but you're right. You know, Joe, and the coach is probably just frustrated now because they don't want that happening. You know, if anything, draw that penalty. Bring him with you. Bring another guy with you from Wisconsin. But, yeah, you don't need that now at 5:32 left here in the third.
And Jamestown could ill afford to take that penalty. That was
discipline's where it's at.
Scherperling, who picks up the penalty. A chance for a potential dagger goal here for Wisconsin. 5 minutes, 20 left here in the third. Wisconsin so far has scored 1 goal every period. For Jamestown, just that 1 goal in the first period, forcing back out here for Wisconsin. A little circle, Schneider. Schneider still controls, so poised with that puck. He'll drop it to Potras. Now moving in, trying to get to the open alley and drop it. Here's a shot.
Oh, pass!
They dialed it up, tape passing.
Number 10 again. I think it was the same combo here.
Well, that time Gunderson was the one who skated around, got to that alley. He kept looking like he wanted to take the shot, but he found Potras in that high slot, put it right on his tape, and Potras pulled the trigger in his second goal of the game, and now a 4-1 lead.
Was it Easton Lindert and Carson Gunderson, as you said there, Joe?
Gunderson, and I think it all started maybe with Schneider. We'll see if he gets an assist.
Number 10, Alex. Assisted by number 15. And number 14.
There you go, buddy.
Yeah.
Tackle there, 58.
But some great mitts that time, also by Potras.
Oh,
it had to be a hard, low pass. And being able to have the mitts to control the puck.
There's Coach Johnson here. Looky. What's up, bud?
4:20 to play. Big time check laid out right at.
Here, you know what? I'm gonna let Joe. I'm gonna have Luke come jump on here with the last 4 minutes here, and I'm gonna do some shuffling myself here.
Joined here by Luke Johnson, head coach for the Minnesota Golden Gophers. And Coach, you'll be playing next, moments away, but there's some great intensity on the ice right here. Wisconsin has taken it to the next gear with 2 goals here in the third.
Hey, Joe. Yeah, no, it's a team that can go. I mean, they've been here before. They won it last year. They beat us in that chip, and they got a lot of their guys coming back. And
another wrister and a goal. A hard wrister finding.
Just a great shot up and over.
Just held on to that puck.
Where did he put it that time, Jimmy? Where Grandma puts a cookie jar, right?
That's right. That's right. Graydon Anderson tallies the goal. And I'll tell you, Potretz has 2. And for Graydon Anderson, that's goal number 4 for him. And boy, you've seen the air come out of this Jamestown lead. They're going to call a timeout, and now a 5-1 deficit.
Well, and that's just the thing with Wisconsin. They just keep coming at you, right? And that's why they're such a tough team to play against, and why they're up 4-1 now. And the Jimmy, I was watching the game earlier, and you guys did a nice job of calling the play, and it was pretty back and forth, right? I actually thought Jamestown had a little bit more of the edge in that first period.
Absolutely.
Maybe at the end of it they didn't, after they got that goal scored against them. And so yeah, it's not surprising the score right now, but I also know the Jimmies have some talent there too. So strong defense. Their goalie's been really good. So yeah, and you go down a guy, you get power play, and you got to bury if you're on it, and they did.
Oh, that was a beautiful setup on that power play goal, right to the stick of Potras, as it was Gunderson cycled his way open. So now we're coming up here. You're set. What do you guys want to do with your plan here for the Mavericks?
So the Mavericks are, we've had a couple of really good battles with them this year. We went down and played actually at Gustavus, not a totally neutral site, but pretty darn close. So we took it. You know what? They have a lot of speed. I think they're a team that actually added a lot of firepower from last year. Their senior class is really good. Really high-end players that a lot of them actually came from this area. I know quite a few of them from the Maple Grove area. You got Jaglow, and you got I mean their captain's great, and Geeson, and they got strong defensemen that they picked up with Price, and they can play, they can go. So you got to show up every time you play any team in the WCCHA, and as we knew, right, we played Eau Claire early in the year, and they took us down 2-1. So you just got to make sure that you show up and bring your A game, especially when you're in the playoffs.
Well, we talked about it at the beginning of this game with Jimmy. Of course, you can't get by without talking about the goaltender, right? And the value of a goalie. And you're seeing it from Gallum here. But Owen Peterson is 2-0 this year against Mankato. They had a shutout. He turned away, I believe it was 45 shots in a 2-0 win at Gustavus earlier. He's been playing well for you as well, and for the Gophers.
Yeah, we knew he was, there's a reason why he's wearing an A on his jersey. We knew he had to step up and play a lot of these big games, and he's come up big for us this year. I think that, the challenge is, can you continue down the path of playing really, really well and making sure that it looks like a beach ball coming at you in the playoffs. So that's the hope, and that's the expectation with him being a senior leader and someone that we can count on.
Yeah, also, you're starting to see from your team just a variety of goal scorers. It's like a goal farmer. You're getting a variety of guys. You had Arneson, who had 2 goals in that win at Gustavus. Greenland has scored. Margell, you had a successful weekend in Canada as well. Some big-time play and it seems like that team gets more and more mojo, confidence going as well.
Yeah. Well, and that's what makes us tough is we're pretty balanced. We have probably 6 lines that actually could go and play every night and really contribute. And the key, I think, is you guys know, you get to the playoffs, a lot of times your top players, they get shut down by their other team's top players. So now it's the secondary players, second line, third line, fourth line, and the defensemen that have to step up and actually contribute with some firepower. So, I think that does bode well for us in terms of just having that ability, having been here. We made it to the championship last year. We're really focused on, showing up well for this tournament right now, and we want to win it. We want to win the Carla Berg Cup. We haven't done that in my time here, and it would be a great honor to be able to do that and coach a team that can bring you across the finish line. So we got to get through game 1 here.
That is, and you talk about having other guys who can put the puck in the net. Like for instance, Wisconsin, their top goal scorer this year, Mettler, has not had a goal or assist in this game, not because of a lack of effort, but they've contained him. But Gunderson, Schneider have all stepped up, and it seems like Cole Layden as well, and who can forget about Potratz with 2 goals. But it seems like you guys have that depth of talent as well coming into this weekend's play.
Yeah, and I would say that the last thing I would say is, we have probably our full lineup for the first time in a long time. Like everybody's healthy, everybody's in the lineup. It's a blessing for us to be able to put a lineup that we feel confident in every night. But this is our best lineup I think we can put on the ice for now. Certainly guys that aren't playing can step in and do a great job as well, and they have. So it'll be interesting to see how, with our full firepower, how the game turns out.
Well, I'm looking forward to calling that game, and that's coming up here moments after this. Luke Johnson, head coach for the Gophers, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thanks, Joe. Thanks, Jimmy. Nice job, guys.
Thank you. And, hey, it's set here, and this one's all kind of academic at this point. A 5-1 lead now for Wisconsin. 5 unanswered goals.
Man, I'll tell you, we called it. I mean, Jamestown did what they could, and, Wisconsin stuck to their ground. And, I'll give kudos to Wisconsin. Man, their defense played a phenomenal third period here.
Oh.
Blocking shots, their defense, up. I guess all 3 of them. They're unbelievable.
Yep, and they've just led that charge. Yep. And I'll tell you, the shift in that momentum of scoring that goal just before the end of that first period.
Yeah.
You may not hear a lot about him, but I'll tell you, it was a key goal by Brash, Spencer Brash. He got the scoring going, picked up his 10th goal of the season just moments before the end of that first period to tie it up. And sometimes it feels like talk, but that was certainly action and a momentum shift for Wisconsin as they have now put up 5 unanswered goals and have this 5-1 lead as they try to take the clock out. 5 seconds left here, and they're just going to let it roll from here and advance as they proceed here. So Wisconsin picks up the win on that final shot. So Wisconsin will play tomorrow, and they'll play at 3:30, and they are going to take on the winner of St. Thomas and Eau Claire. I have yet to get that score or know what that score is just yet.
Yeah, right.
But that'll take place. A win goes here this afternoon. Nice job by the Badgers as they stack some goals. Hey, they were coming in. They had taken a tough loss coming into this game. You look and see how a teams respond. And they're starting a new win streak here with a win this afternoon over Jamestown. So Jamestown will end up playing at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, and that'll be on Rink 1. Wisconsin will also be on Rink 1. That'll be at 3:30. They're going to take on, as I mentioned, the winner of the And also on this stream, you cannot miss it. It's a must-see TV. The Gophers are taking on the Minnesota Mankato State Mavericks, a team with some high-flying punching and scoreability. So, hey, thanks for joining us. We're going to start a new broadcast here in just moments, so hang with us. And thanks for joining us here this afternoon. The final.
Thoughts? Hold on. Okay, go ahead. Hey, no, good
Alex Pontratz,
Okay, awesome. What year are you?
junior.
What's up, WCCHA fans? I'm Shannon. I'm here in Blaine, Minnesota after the end of quarterfinal 2 of the 2026 Carla Berg Cup. I'm joined alongside number 10 from Wisconsin. You scored 2 of the goals today. You were on 3 of them. What was working well for you out there?
Yeah, I'd say, they were a very physical team, so really just knowing what we're doing with it before we get the puck and then ripping it at the net as much as possible.
Awesome, and this is technically considered an upset, even though you guys are the defending champions. What was your mindset going into this game, being the lower seed?
Yeah, I think underdog mentality, you have a lot to prove if you're a lower ranked team, so just go in with nothing to lose.
And what's your mindset heading into your semifinal matchup tomorrow against St. Thomas?
Yeah, no, they're a really good team, really fast, so it'll be similar, get things deep and keep shooting the puck.
Awesome, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.